to us, like we behind us immediately. Like I don't even sit. I don't harp on it. I don't look at it. Like to me, failure is just it's gonna happen. Like you have to fail a million times.
I feel like self-love is a big thing too.
It makes me feel
Let's
talk about it.
So what I learned was to fail faster.
Fail faster.
Fail faster.
Absolutely. Fail faster. Fail immediately.
I think that stems from people wanting to be like the next person.
So at the end of the day, I look at myself as I'm human. Have a positive impact on everyone in your life and you'll be okay.
To be honest, I don't have failures. I have lessons.
I like that.
You know, and
Good.
the moment you look at it like a failure, that's when you take the L.
I think the best thing you can do is be in an abundance mindset for self-love and self-care, because if you don't love yourself enough, then you won't be able to give that love to anybody else. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the CJSmooth podcast. I'm here with the peeps in the building, and it's tea time. Y'all ready to talk?
Hell yeah.
That was lit as hell. Y'all ready to talk? What's up? How's it going? It's like y'all ready to go to bed or something. We have some of the most interesting guys here on this side of the mat. I'm sitting here with the CTB Entertainment Group. Y'all make some notes for these guys right here.
How y'all doing? Yes, sir.
What's going
on?
And I got my boy Jeff.
That's all you got. I'm Jeff.
Hey, yo, don't forget we got the gym guy in the building, in the flesh right here.
How we doing? Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, love podcast. Gem Guy TikTok, look that shit up.
Yes, sir.
Multi-streams media, look that shit up. We're just out here having fun.
How long you been in this area for?
I come down here to visit. I'm not down here often, but every other week. Florida's a different vibe. Florida's not like anywhere else in this country. It's just a different feel. You go to Florida's where you go. Okay, that's it. So
hey, look, Jeff, introduce yourself. What's going on?
So I'm Jeff. Live here in Florida. Living my best life.
Yeah.
I own a social media marketing agency. So that's what I do for a living.
Hell, all right. What's up, baby? Talk to him.
You know about your boy CTB Hurdy in here. I'm an artist. You know, we do event planning. We do a lot of different things. We all about entertainment. The tea is going to be hot tonight.
All right. What's up, Drake? Let them know where you at, bro.
So my name is CTB Draymond. I'm an artist from Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a lot of things, but a hustler at heart. Tennessee's where it's at. Got to put it on the map.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we got some artists, we got some gym guys, and we got some social media agency here today for y'all. Y'all ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So what got y'all started with the music? I'm curious about that one. So where did this originate? And then coming out of Tennessee, that's a big music state. So like, what's up? How'd y'all get started? You know what I'm saying? Where did it come from? What's the original story?
Well, to be honest, we started freestyling in the car, you know, just smoking.
I was about to say that.
You know what I'm saying? And then one thing led to another.
What was the moment you took it serious, though? When did it become serious? When did it switch? Like, this is serious.
To be honest, what the major turning point in us going for real, pretty much our brother died, and he was actually an artist too. And he was fire. He was going to do something. He was going to go somewhere with it.
R.I.P. to the
When that happened, you know, we had the studio, we had the talent. You know, it was almost disrespectful not to chase his dream at that point.
It would disrespect to him. Like in your mind, you're like, I'm disrespecting him if I don't.
For sure. Because I know if he was alive, he would be doing this to the full.
He'd be doing it. He'd
no matter
be
what.
crushing.
No matter what he would have to do, he would get it done.
So now you have to crush it. I like that.
Yeah.
So with that being a motivation, what was your influence? Did you have anybody in the household in your family that was in music?
Well, actually, my older cousin did music. My whole family does music.
Okay.
So
is he in the industry currently, or is he retired?
He did it for a while. He retired. My other cousin, he's signed to Atlantic Records right now.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, it runs in the family.
Hey, so it's in the bloodline.
It's just simple as that.
What about you? What was your influence for music?
For me, I was my own influence. I knew what I wanted from a young age, you know what I'm saying? And this is just something I was naturally good at. So I've always pushed myself. you know, because I want to be the person that I look up to.
Okay, that's
You know,
real.
if
I like
makes
that.
sense.
I like that. I like that. No, that's deep. I like that.
Yeah. And then coming from Tennessee, I mean, it's a big market, you know what I'm saying, for music and period, because there's artists everywhere, you know what I'm saying, in all genres. What makes you guys stand out, or what do you think you guys got that nobody else got?
Like, we do hip-hop,
you're diverse.
R&B, rap, country.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
saying?
So you guys
Like,
have the diversity on top of that.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so you come with quality and diversity.
Yeah, we not just rappers.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
guarantee you, there's gonna be one thing people aren't gonna be able to say about us is that they can't have one song that they like.
That's
Yeah.
We're
real.
gonna make sure
I fuck with that.
that we do something in every different genre,
Yeah.
Exactly.
just to make sure that you can get what you want. Because we can do it. We're capable of it.
Yeah.
That's big. So the diversity is what really makes y'all stand out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we
you
wanna
know,
speak
being
to everybody.
diverse and showing what you got, you need to be on social media. And that brings me right into my man, Jeff, right here.
Here we go.
Social media agency, brother. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
We need to help. Come on, how can we help these guys? What do you do? How'd you get into it?
That's a long story.
Short version. Short version.
I'll start back in high school, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, let's go a little further back.
Okay.
Back when I was 14, I was working on a farm.
Back in 1988. Yeah, way back
Something
when.
like that. And I remember thinking, I can't do this for the rest of my life. I remember my boss was like, you don't want to do manual labor for the rest of your life. You want to do something else. So working on the farm, I had lots of hours to kind of think and figure out what I wanted to do with my life.
Yeah.
And what I ended up doing is I figured out the lifestyle I wanted. And then I found a career that would match that.
What influenced you to see that or find that lifestyle? Were you like just on the farm and you saw somebody driving by that had a social media agency sign up, or did you explore,
Well,
read
the
books?
social media agency wasn't a thing until the past year or so.
Okay.
During that time when I was working on the farm, I just knew I wanted something better. Like the college thing wasn't for me.
Yeah.
The 9-to-5 thing wasn't for me.
Not
And
a
I- and I-
set hours. You want to live your passion.
Right, and I know everyone says that I don't like the 9-to-5 lifestyle, but for me,
Yeah.
I don't like to be told what to do. I don't like someone else controlling my reality. For me, I need to take steps to basically make me successful. I don't want to rely on anyone else for my success.
That's real.
So it really started off, you know, directly out of high school. I jumped into sales.
Okay.
So I mastered
Incredible.
sales,
Incredible.
tried to learn sales,
That's
did
a big
whatever
skill.
I could do to be a good salesman.
Yes.
And
What would you say for the young guys out there that want to get into sales? Because I know that seems like a scary job whenever you're young and you don't know a whole lot. Like, sales is probably one of the biggest things you can do.
You have to want it.
You have to want it for
You
one.
have to want it.
Sales is one of the biggest things that you need to actually thrive. It's networking,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's communication skills.
Right.
What is the one thing you can tell guys out there that want to get into the sales
well,
industry?
first thing you got to do is sell yourself. So
Indeed.
the company that I was working for, I'm not going to name drop, but there was a requirement. I had to have at least 3 to 5 years of sales experience. I had none. I walk in for my interview and basically I find out who's the decision maker. Once I find out who the decision maker is, after my interview, I work my way in to actually meet the woman who would actually be, you know, making the decision. She liked who I was. I told her all my ambitions and told her that really I was here to make their company more successful and make her look better. And she loved it. And she gave me an opportunity. I did well. And I left and started my own thing. I kind of started to dabble into e-commerce. I had a few e-com stores, started with drop shipping, and then we do print on demand. We were very, very successful. At that point, I really learned how to drive traffic through social media to these e-com websites, and I wanted to use that to help other companies.
Yep.
So that's how I kind of got it into the social media marketing agency world. And once I started, I believe that I'm the greatest marketer online.
That's solid.
So-
Say it for all those out there.
He
Hey,
truly
listen.
believes that, though.
So
That's huge.
That's big.
I don't know if this is normal, but I truly believe I'm the best at what I do. And I mean it, right? And I make sure that my clients know that as well, because at the end of the day, I just care about their success, and I know I'm the one who's going to do it for them.
Well, I want to tell you right now that, for one thing, you're not normal. At all.
Jeff's the opposite of normal.
No.
Jeff's the least normal
I want
person
you,
I've
I
ever
want you
met in my
guys to
entire
know
life.
we have a hidden gem sitting right in front of us.
He is. He's the least normal person I've ever met in my entire
And that
life.
Appreciate
takes me
that.
right into our next person, the
Appreciate
gym
that.
guy right here.
Yes, sir.
My guy.
Hell yeah.
Tell us about it. What influenced you to actually get into the gyms? And I know it's kind of like an off thing. It's not what everybody's into, but like you have a pretty big presence.
I'll
with
tell you
that.
this right now. I love people, right? So my dad owns a hardscape company. Started doing hardscaping. Met a dude, had a crazy gem collection. I was never into gems. And I'm still kind of not really into gems. Like I know gems, I'm learning gems, but not fully into them.
Okay.
He just had a crazy gem collection. I saw content. That's all I saw.
So what is your passion besides
My
being the gym guy?
my passion's doing something to make a name for myself, no matter what it is. Like however I can navigate that way. But I love right now. I love TikTok. I love the algorithm. I think it'll be deleted soon. If I'm being completely honest with you.
Yeah.
I think we have a couple more weeks before it's gone.
Yeah.
But that's my passion. So like when I first started, I would just look at numbers, statistics, like who's liking what, who's not liking what. And I would roll from there. But that's what I love. And like when you would get something to go viral, you'd be like, why is this going viral?
Yeah.
Why is it? But I feel like music's the same way.
Yeah.
It
Like
really is.
when you drop a song and it's a banger,
Yeah.
are you not questioning like why that song do so well? Because in your own mind, you might drop a song that doesn't really do well,
Yeah.
but you think it's a banger. But
Nah,
the
it's too bad.
population doesn't think it's a banger.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
right?
big.
So then you start
That's
questioning,
big.
and then you start learning like what the population likes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they like this, but might not be what you like because your mind just might be a little different.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
No,
That's-
it's facts.
I love it.
That's big. That's
facts.
definitely big.
I think about it like with a car, right? You might save up for years to get one specific car. You think it's the coolest car ever, and you think everyone
Everyone
else
thinks
is gonna
it's
think it's
shit.
cool.
Everyone thinks it's
But isn't it?
Get the car.
It's about like what you like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because you give that good
Right.
vibration to what
Right.
you're interested in,
Right.
And then ultimately, it really doesn't matter what they think, as long as you feel good about it and
Yeah,
what
at
you're
the
doing.
end of the day,
Self-love,
the
for sure.
only
I
thing
think
that
whatever
matters is
you
your
do in
opinion.
life, like whatever you do in life,
Yeah.
you have to look at how other people react to it and get
Yeah.
a consensus.
There-
100%.
That's good.
Because
That's
like
good.
your mind and like if you just drop music and you fuck with it, like that's all you fuck with,
Yeah.
cool, and you don't care what other people think,
Yeah.
awesome. If you want it to go big time, you have to
have
look
to.
at that.
So that
You have to look at how
that
this
turns into
populates.
some of what you were talking about, like networking and like being socially aware. You know, some of those skills that a lot of people don't have. because-
Networking is the biggest thing you possibly do. Now, networking,
Talk about it. Talk about
networking
it.
gets you places where if you can get in with people who are way more successful than you and you can get them to like you,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Yep.
So like when I see someone who's way more successful than me, I do two things. I never ever ask them for anything ever. Because they have people hitting them up all the time. They always want something. Never ask them for anything, and always be the person who will do what they need. Like the odd jobs, the stupidest shit. Do what they need, and they will gain such a respect for you that they can't find in most humans, and that will bring you to so many different places.
That's something that I've been carrying recently within the past few years in my heart and in my head and socially. People can say this, and anybody watching that can attest. I just like to genuinely give value anywhere I go.
Value, no matter who it is, even if they're not rich in it, if you can give value to people's lives, that really satisfies me.
If it's not
100%.
monetarily, because a lot of people think whenever you're giving value to other people, they think it's like, oh, it's monetary, like it's
No.
money. If you can give information to somebody, if you can just give them a good feeling, I think that's
I
better
do
than anything.
shit all the time where I'll do something and someone's like, "You making money off that?" I'm like, "No," and it doesn't make sense in their mind, but in my mind, it makes sense because I'm still moving forward. I'm still gaining more value with these people because I'm doing something for them.
Yeah.
But I'm not making money now. But later down the line, it's gonna be way better off.
Yeah.
It'll come back.
It will come back 100 times 1,000. It will
Yeah.
come back.
What do you guys think about
100%.
that?
It's the most important thing in business.
Especially in music, you know, you got to put your name out there and talk to other people
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it ain't what you know all the time.
Yeah.
100%.
It's
Yeah.
who you know.
Yeah, I feel like being social is key.
Yeah.
Like you have to have a social dynamic with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to understand people
Yeah.
and be able to communicate with them. But at the same time, if you don't agree with how a person is, you still have to figure out a way around that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yep.
Because you need every person. I truly believe that. Like, not saying it in a bad way, but I feel like you have to get to where you want to go, you have to look at every person like they're a dollar sign, or they're on your team or they're an enemy. Because once you do something that upsets someone, that's one person that can stop you from getting to where you want to go. So I try to, be social and be cool with any person I meet. I'll talk to anybody.
I think that's probably one of the people, I mean, even in the rap industry, because they downplay it all the time, being nice and being a nice guy. But I think it's the most gangster thing you can do. Anywhere you go, not having a problem with nobody, no beef, and just be seen as a person.
Good vibes.
If you have a problem,
I think that's the most
if you have
gangster
a
thing you can
problem
do.
with a bunch of people,
Yeah.
it's a fucking waste of time.
Think about it, like you walk into a room.
waste of
Why do you have
energy.
problems?
Think about it. You walk into a room full of bosses, and you got a problem with nobody, and you can make a deal and give value or receive value from anybody in the whole room.
This is
I think that's the most
you
gangster
get, you
thing.
get a problem with one person, and that shuts down 20 other avenues for you.
100%.
Because that
closes.
person's so well connected to these other 20 people, you just lost. You lost 20 people because you have an emotional problem with someone. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And you never know who you're talking to.
You never know. That's the other thing.
That's why you have
never
to
know.
treat
I'll tell you this right now.
Yep.
I was at a party at the gem house we do. I was at a party one time. I walk out, chill on the back patio. A couple dudes out there smoking cigars. I started talking to a dude. I think he's an average dude. Kind of found CEO of Jersey Mike's.
Wow.
Stupid.
Wow.
I would never know I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Jeff closed a business deal the other day in Uber. Dude owned a huge mortgage company. Ubered for fun. He's Ubering for fun. That's what he does.
Wow.
He Ubers for fun.
See, I've
and we
ran
closed the
into
deal off.
communicate.
I ran into a few people just like that. Just some people that be in Starbucks, you know,
Never
you
know
don't
who you're
never
talking
think
to.
about it. And I'm across the table and he's like, yeah, I own like basically half of Disney. I'm like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's stupid
what?
shit. You never know who you're talking to.
It's like, what?
And that's why we talk to everyone. Anywhere we go, we talk to everyone. Always. Because you never know.
Exactly.
100%. I
Seriously,
feel
never know.
like self-love is a big thing too.
It makes
Okay,
me feel
you have to
good.
love
about
yourself.
that. Let's talk about that. So self-love is probably one of the biggest things that people talk about nowadays. Self-love, self-care. And I think the best thing you can do is be in an abundance mindset for self-love and self-care. Because if you don't love yourself enough, then you won't be able to give that love to anybody else.
All right, y'all. We got a quick word from our sponsors.
No matter how you say it or how you put it, we all put our boots on 1 foot at a time. Only way to make it look good is with BOTTSNAKE, the one and only boot line eliminator for you to hide the lines that are coming in and messing up your jeans. No matter if you got straight cut, boot cut, and for all you scrawny legged cowboys, skinny cut, we're gonna get it done with BOTTSNAKE right here, baby. Y'all know what time it is. Make sure you log in. Click the link down below, get you some of the BOTTSNAKES, and then we're also going to give a shout out to my boy Jed Wyatt. Shout out you, brother. You know what
And you got to be in an abundance mindset instead of a selfish mindset to actually do that. You know what I'm saying? So what does it take for you to have self-care, or what do you think about self-care in your definition?
That's 100%
Or self-love.
true. I think if you don't love yourself and you're not in your own, like Jeff, for instance, Jeff thinks he can tackle anything. I love it. And it motivates me. Like I'll say like we'll have a cold call list and there'll be like the Philadelphia Phillies will be on there. And I'll be like, don't call that. It's not worth it. And Jeff will be like, no, like we're incredible. Like we can close them immediately, and he always believes that. And sometimes it snaps me back to reality because like I won't be believing in it, and he'll be like, "No, we'll close them 100%," which is crazy to me, and it hypes me up. So you have to absolutely believe in yourself. You have to love yourself. If you don't, you're screwed.
Yep. All right, Jeff, what do you think about self-love?
Man, I could go deep with this one.
Come on, give it to me.
Everyone has different perspectives with self-love. I think it's almost like everyone's searching to feel perfect all the time. I don't believe that you're perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
No one's perfect.
You know, none of us are perfect,
Stupid. No
and
one's perfect.
everyone's always searching
what
for
is
that.
perfect? What is perfect?
You're more
That
imperfect than
best
perfect.
you
All of
can
us
be.
are.
That perfect version of themselves, and they always want to feel happy, but it's okay not to be happy all the time, right? We're humans, you know? But we find things in lives that make us happy, and, you know, it could be anything. It could be giving. It could be doing your hobbies, right?
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with being upset, you know? That's
No, but I think
completely
that goes
normal.
deep. I think that goes deep down a hole where like people will start making excuses about everything, and they'll get down a deep upset hole. Like I think that does happen, but like it is okay to be upset. Obviously, you can be sad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think people I think people are okay with being sad. I think people sometimes want to be too
Yeah,
sad.
no.
People like to be content.
Yeah, exactly. They want to be
Yeah.
content
It
with
is.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's not as deep as people make it. You know, they think
Yeah.
there's something wrong with them if they don't have this sense of self-love.
Yep.
You know, because we're humans. Like, there's things that we wish we could have that other people do have. So at the end of the day, I look at myself as I'm human. and this is life, and keep
Yeah.
pushing forward and keep a smile on your face and have a positive impact on everyone in your life, and you'll be okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
know?
that stems from people wanting to be like the next person instead of them.
That's
Like, I
another
think
that's
people
fucked.
understand that like you have a unique, special thing about yourself.
I think that's like the opposite of self love. They want to be like somebody else because they're like, I don't want
Right.
to. I don't love
Yeah.
myself enough, so I want to be like something else.
when
And I
they
can
see these things and it's like, oh, I want to do this. You know what I mean? But
That's
at the
why when
same
you guys
time,
talk about
it's
your
not for
music
you.
and you're diverse and you say you do, like, I love that. Like, be unique.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
Be you.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Be you. Don't be like
have
the
to
next
be.
person.
You have to be. And like, I'll drop a TikTok and I'll have comments of everyone be like, this is stupid, this is dumb, this is stupid. But like, to me, I'm like, this is unique. And I'll get a couple people messaging me like, that was really cool.
Yeah.
The way you do it is really cool. And I love that. I don't
Yeah.
want to be like the next guy.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be like the next
Yes,
guy?
100%.
Like a rapper like Eminem, he was so unique. He comes out, he's
Big.
so unique.
big.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why he's so big.
Yeah.
That's why he could die tomorrow and he'll be remembered for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was so unique. It's impossible not to remember.
Talk about it.
That's
What's your
facts.
definition on self love?
So that's really a question of perception.
Okay.
You know, like everybody's unique and happiness is unique to each individual person. So that's a really deep question. So like to give you an honest answer in a short amount of time, I really couldn't do that.
I like that.
That's a good way to avoid
He's
the,
like, we
the
don't
whole
have time
thing.
on this pod. We don't have enough time for you to dive in. I like that.
Exactly.
He's like, this is a deep, deep one. This is too
Yeah.
deep.
That
I
was
like
big.
it.
Yeah.
Happiness is self-perception. Like if you really think about it, you know, like
It is.
what makes you happy is not what makes me happy. You know,
Yeah.
so how can you really judge what makes a person happy?
Yeah. I think everybody's self-love is different.
Yeah, that's what I was
Because
asking. What is
everybody's
your definition on self love?
Me, my
What is your
definition
definition
of my self-love.
Yeah, talk about it.
Like I'm a social person, so at the same time, like I try to keep myself and my mental where I want it to be, but surrounding myself around like-minded people or people
yeah.
that are striving to do more, that makes me feel good within myself.
Yeah.
So getting away from like the negative and all the people that just wanted to be content, like I found a lot of self-love in myself because I was always around that. I never seen, you know, people with pulling up with all kinds of money and, you know what I'm saying, just doing the type of things that people do in Florida. Go to the beach all the time. They'll go to islands. People go to Puerto Rico. Like I've never, like there's stuff that people do out here that I've never even heard of in my life.
Stupid shit.
And that's, you know, taking it within myself to actually move myself out here and do something that was better for me than everybody around me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was me finding myself and my self-love, like getting away and experiencing and thinking on my own for once. You
It's
know?
like changing
That's
your
real.
mindset.
That's
your
real.
whole
Yeah.
mindset.
Yeah.
changing.
Yeah.
But you have to find that in yourself. And what I did might not be for the next person, but that's what I needed for me to find myself.
And I want to talk about the next thing. Self love is probably one of the most important things that we have coming into 2023 because everybody talks about self care, self love. The next biggest thing is about failure. People get caught up in their feelings, or people get stopped on the one time they try something and they fail at it.
All right, y'all. We got another sponsor for y'all. Hopefully, y'all like this quick video.
Every time I pull up, yeah, you know I'm going. I got racks on me, yeah, you know it's showing. Snakes in my grass, bitch, I keep on mowing. I done came up, let's be real. Break that backboard like O'Neal. Bitch, I'm way too high, I feel like Michael. Bitch, if I come in this building, what's the deal? Bitch, get me lit, pop a seal. Bitch, get me lit, pop a seal. Hop on the motherfucker coupe, I know the deal. I need some motherfucker soup, I need to chill.
And I know us being here, it took a lot of failing to learn that, but we felt forward to go to the next thing, right? To see better or do better for ourselves in whatever industry we're in, you know what I'm saying? But let's talk about like what is the biggest failure that you've had that kept you going, or the biggest failure that you've had, period, that you see as an L, but maybe has turned into probably one of the biggest thing that was a victory in the long run. Biggest failure.
I've had multiple failures. And I say we have multiple failures because whenever it's always we.
Okay.
It to us, like, we behind us immediately. Like, I don't even sit. I don't harp on it. I don't look at it. Like to me, failure is just, it's gonna happen. Like you have to fail a million times to then succeed. Like I'll post 10. I have more deleted TikToks than TikToks that are currently up.
Yep.
I do. And I delete them all the time, and you have to fail a million times because nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing's perfect. It's my thought. I don't.
Okay.
What do you got?
My perspective is very similar to him, but I look at it a little differently. My regret with failure isn't anything specific, but it's the whole concept of it. So when I was younger, if I had an idea, I would think about it for a long time, right? It might be a year, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever. And then I realized if I actually did that specific thing, a lot of the times I wasn't passionate about it and it fizzled out anyway. So what I learned was to fail faster.
Fail faster. Absolutely. Fail faster. Fail immediately. Fail now.
A lot of people, they procrastinate on really good ideas, you know?
Stupid.
They procrastinate on these ideas, but they don't even get the chance to put it out because they just keep it in their head. Yeah. But the time that you execute and you figure out, okay, that was a really good idea, I'm glad I executed, or you don't do it, you know what I mean? Like, you have to get on that. Just the idea is nothing until you actually take action.
Right.
Then you
so
can turn your
all you
ideas
want
into
to
reality.
do is just keep pushing, keep failing, because you could fail once, right?
Yeah.
Or you can fail 100 times and find a better idea versus the first time you fail.
The person who failed 100 times would be way ahead of the person who only failed once.
Oh yeah.
There's no way you only failed once.
You know? And it's hard to find your passion in life, right? So you got to try things, you got to mess around, and like I said, just fail faster.
Fail faster.
That's all.
That's a good message. Fail faster.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, at least for the environment that I was in, my failure really, for me, was investing in others more than myself.
I'm so with that.
Like as far as like business mindset and like actually striving, having ideas, dreams, like goals, ambitions, like I've always had that. But I invested in so many people around me because I wanted them to be there with me that it held me back for so long. So that was my real failure. Right now, I mean, we're still doing things. We're trying different things. You know what I'm saying? I won't say we're failing, but at the same time, we're still breaking into what we really want to do.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to see what works. You know what I'm saying? Just keep trying different avenues until you get one that actually fits in your lane.
Yeah.
And then you take off. Hit it, pedal to the metal. You know what I'm saying? Balls to the wall. And that's what you were saying on our podcast the other day is you got to be firing at all cylinders at 100%.
Yeah.
Motivation.
Motivation.
You got to have a great motivation.
Talk about failure for him.
To be honest, I don't have failures. I have lessons.
I like that.
You know, and
Good.
the moment you look at it like a failure, that's when you take the L. You know what I'm saying? If you take a L, find out why. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not an L because you learned something.
Exactly.
You know, like a lot of people don't really have that mindset, and I feel like that's what slows a lot of people down. You know, like you fucked up, okay, you can't change that. You know what I'm saying? So find out how to prevent it next time.
100%.
You know, so like I try to be positive about it, because the more failures you put on yourself and you're self-conscious, like can really weigh you down. You know, a lot more than people think.
Okay. I like that. That's big. So don't fail. Learn what you did to fail, but turn it into a lesson. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, every loss is a lesson.
We got about another minute, and I wanted to get this out. I know I didn't ask too many questions. We're kind of just going on general subjects right now, and it's been great. All y'all are freaking awesome. This is probably one of the best podcasts I've had in a long time. Awesome. I love it. But my last subject I want to get on for this 1 minute, we can go by it really quick. Finding your why, right? And people call it motivation. People call it, anything, inspiration. But finding your why is probably the biggest thing that will get you up in the morning and your feet to the ground and out the door. How do you guys find your why?
My family was
And what is your why? Excuse me. I'll start over here. We started over there last time.
Okay, so first you got to ask the question, who or what? You know, who or what are you doing it for?
100%.
You know, if you don't know that, you can try to be as successful as you want, but you won't get completely to where you want until you know why you're doing it. You know, like that's really important.
I feel like to go off of that, you got to know who or what you're doing it for. And it's got to be something that's going to push you when you get knocked down to get back up every time. If it's not that, then you're going to stay on the ground. You know, that's the truth of it. That's how life is.
That's real. Find your why. What is your why?
I think your why has to be bigger You know, your why can't be because I want a Lamborghini. That brings no value to anyone's life.
No.
You
Exactly,
know,
facts.
your why needs to be something along the lines of I want to retire my mom. I don't want my family to wonder where the next meal's coming.
100%.
You know, you need those big whys.
Yes.
You need those big whys. The little fancy car, maybe the little house, that's nothing. You need something that's going to pull you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pull you. You can't have these small whys.
No,
You need
it's gotta be
something
a big
big
one.
that really wakes you up in the morning.
Yep.
Yes.
Like when you get up, you're not getting up. That why's getting you up.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
why,
it
that's
is,
what it
you
is.
know?
No lie.
I
That's
like
good.
that.
Finding your why.
I love what you
I
just
love
said.
that too.
I think like being able to find it, like if you want to find what you're passionate about, I think you should talk to people. Because I know nothing about music, but if I got in a recording studio with these two, I might find a little niche that I love about it, but I would never know unless I talk to them and they're like, yo, come to the studio, come make music.
Yeah.
And then I find that and I'm like, oh, what is this?
Yeah.
What are you doing over here? What are you mixing over here? And I start getting into it. You never know. I think just like not sitting at home, just doing things, always doing things, and then that's how you find your
Experiences.
experiences.
Exactly.
I mean, that's how you
Huge.
find your way because everything's so different. You can go from Florida to Texas, it's just a different vibe, and then you find something down there you like.
Yeah.
It's just everything's so different.
And we were lacking that where we were from. Like, there's
Yeah,
not really much to
because when
do.
you
so
come from
you don't
those small
see
towns, it like
Your
you-
mindset's limited.
everyone
Yeah.
everyone's
Yes.
mindset's the same.
It's an echo
It's not
chamber.
until you get out and experience
Echo
things
chamber.
that it makes sense.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't in those small towns, and I've seen this because I come from one of the smallest, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And shout out to
How
everybody
small is
that's out.
that? How small is that?
It's, it ain't big.
It's small.
But it's pretty small. But shout out to everybody back home. Love you guys.
Indeed.
But one of the biggest things that I've seen back home that I didn't see a lot of is curiosity and exploration. A lot of people weren't curious, and a lot of people didn't want to explore because they're just like, I got everything right here I need. I don't need to go over there. You know what I mean?
Most people are content. Most
Yeah,
people are just
they're
stuck
content.
and they're
A
content.
lot of people never even
what
thought
it is.
about leaving
Right.
the city.
The
Just
town
being
we're
honest.
from, same story. They went to college, they come back to their hometown, they find their job, they find their girlfriend, they get married, have kids, done. We didn't want that.
I say this
No,
shit all the
just-
time.
we didn't want
I
that.
say this all
There's
the time.
nothing wrong
I'm
with
like
that. If that's
professional
what
on
you
something.
want.
Yep.
If that's what you want, do it.
Yeah.
If that's your goal in life,
Do it.
do
Well,
it.
we gotta agree
But
to
me,
disagree, you know?
I didn't want it. I didn't want
Not
it.
me at all.
I didn't want to stay in my hometown. I just wanted to move
Yeah.
and figure it
Still
out
wanna
on the
move.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I can kind of tell just from talking to all you guys that like maybe in your friend circle back home and where we're from, you know, you can tell you're a little different. You're like, something ain't fitting right here. I want to go
Always
over there.
something.
You know, I kind of want to go see what that's about. But then you got some people just pulling you back and they're like, no, we can keep it safe here. We're good here. And it's like, no, I just want to try it out. Like, why can't I try it out? What's wrong with that? You know, just asking questions, the curiosity, the exploration. I can feel it from all you guys. And I want to say thank you because it's really hard to find other people that's like-minded just like that wants to get out of their circle, that wants to step out, go past the boundaries that they've seen their whole life and climb that wall. And shout out to you guys for actually doing that and getting away from your hometown, the small town, the farm. Like, you guys are actually doing something that a lot of people don't have the courage to do. So shout out to all you guys, and I appreciate the energy and both of you guys coming out here. Yeah, shout out to all the guys. And hey guys, I want to leave the link in the description for you guys to go follow. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and follow all these guys. I'll leave links down in the description. But it's been another one for the CJSmooth podcast. Thank y'all for listening in.
And the tea was hot.
The tea was hot today, baby.
The tea was hot. The tea sizzled. The tea was sizzling.
Oh my God.
We're good.